if you think about it, the best time to be with a director is when their first handful of movies. That's when they're hungry, and I can see that these guys were hungry, and they were up against a huge challenge. This is a big undertaking, and to see the light that they had in their eyes, to see the passion that even if we had to stay on one scene for more than 2 or 3 hours, they did not let up. They did not, they did not sacrifice their art for the time schedule. I said, we're going to get what we needed. And I think what they did was fantastic because they turned in a great project, man. And so I'm looking forward to working with them again next. And their future is really bright.
What was it like working with Joseph Gordon-Levitt?
Joseph Gordon-Levitt is a light, man. Listen, this young man has been working since he was 6 years old. And when I told people that I was working with him, it's the stamp of artistic approval. When you think about the properties, the artistic properties that he's been in, the movies that he's done, and just his look, and then to be on the set with him, to be in in that police car, and that was one cool thing to let you know how to let you know how great our business can be, and also how personal it can be. I knew he hadn't worked on purpose for a while, taking care of his kids and things, and he, some other things that go along with our sort of crazy business. But he looked over to me and he said, "Man, I haven't been on a set in a long time, and I got to tell you, I'm having a great time. I'm happy for this." And that just, that all, I'm an emotional dude. That hit me right in my tear box. I was like, you know what? I'm glad you're here too, dog. Let's just shoot the scene, man. I need to start shooting somebody right now so I can. But it's really touching that those what you call the good guys, and so Joseph Gordon-Levitt is definitely the good guy.
So first up, Dominique, you mentioned that Jamie was one of your biggest supporters on this film. And what ways did he encourage you and help calm any doubts or nerves you may have had?
Well, it was such a big movie, long shoot. It was 4 months. There was so many different things happening, from weather to rain to being thrown in the trunk and like getting debris in my eyes. There was like a lot of things going on. I'm a pescatarian. So a lot of times in New Orleans, they like to add some turkey to some mac and cheese. They'll add different things. And one, he really looked out when I was hungry, got me salmon on a number of occasions. When I got in my head about not being able to analyze different scenes because everything was happening so fast, he kind of reminded me that when somebody's been doing something for so long, it's in them already. And he gave the example of like when Steph Curry shoots a three and it goes in, he's not questioning himself as to why it went in. And so it really helped me to actually put things in perspective. I've been doing it for a really long time, and so it's in there already. The power is in me.
What superpower would you want to have if the power pill actually existed? And what power do you currently have?
I would have the power of speaking incantations and spells, and therefore I could have whatever power I need at any time. I know it's a cheat, but I found it and I love it and I'm not letting it go. And also I do feel like Robin, I'm a spoken word poet and words mean a lot to me. And so I feel like my power is in my words, is in my authenticity, is in my Brooklyn, and it's ready.
What was it like working with Henry and Rel?
Well, I just appreciated their approach outside of set, because as a theater actress, I come from being really hands-on with a director, talking to a director about a character. And when I started doing TV, everything was moving so fast that I didn't get that chance. And even though there was a lot going on and I had to move fast, they really did give me the time to care about the character, to make sure that my questions were being answered and that I could stay true to her 16 years on a planet and her authenticity.
What was it like working with Joseph Gordon-Levitt?
Definitely. Me and Joe, we got to talk about everything, like philosophical things, life, and pains and growing pains, but also what I appreciated, and I think what by him doing it, gave me permission to do. He never really let up if his character was doing something that wasn't true to the nature of the character. He always questioned it, you know, and he didn't. He also, like how James said, Henry Rell didn't sacrifice. He also didn't sacrifice the authenticity of his character and what was true. And so that gave me permission in the same breath to say, oh yeah, I did think Robin would kind of do this. Maybe I could mention it and like not let something go that would benefit my character.
To get started, tell me a little bit about your character, Biggie, and what drew you to this role.
Well, Biggie he's a salesman. He's the main representative of power. I would say he's a visionary. He's very, very confident in his vision. He wants to take the product all over the world. Very confident, smooth salesman. But underneath that character that he built for himself to seduce people, I think he's a very insecure person. That gets, you know, and I don't want to give spoilers, but, you know, there's a moment in the movie that is revealed very clearly. And that was the interesting thing, you know, it's contradictory, you know, it's a character that I've since the beginning, I've tried to humanize him. I think villains are interesting to play, but also very tricky because it's hard to humanize them because the audience is like right away, they just don't like them. They say, this is a bad guy, I don't like him. So my job and my challenge as an actor is to try to at least make people understand who he is as a person. It's not a villain or, you know, a bad guy or a good guy. And it was interesting to take that journey with Biggie. Also, his transformation throughout the movie was something very exciting and stimulating for me. It's a process that I've went through before, but not as intense as this time. So I've learned a lot with this experience.
What do you think sets this film apart from other stories about superpowered people?
I think it's a very fresh approach to you know, superpowers. It's not a superhero movie. It is about regular people that have a chance to have a superpower for 5 minutes after they take a pill. But the pill is very dangerous too. It could do harm. It could kill you. The premise is very interesting, and the idea of playing with superpowers, but not exactly talking about superheroes, appeared to me very just interesting material to play with, especially nowadays, the world we're living in. I think there is a very clear metaphor at the very center. I mean, in the title of the movie, it's called Project Power. So we're clearly talking about our need for power as you know, human beings. How far do we go to have power? What we're capable of doing, and, you know, questioning all that.
So I understand you had some pretty incredible practical stunts on the film, and I had to wear some pretty interesting prosthetics. Without giving away too much, tell me what that was like.
Yes, I mean, Biggie goes through a very intense transformation throughout the film, physical transformation. I had a very long makeup session. I think it was about 9 hours. I had the pleasure and the luck to work with an amazing makeup artist. His name is Mike Marino, and he really, you know, did an amazing job. So the interesting thing about this film is that there's very, very little CGI. Everything's shot, I mean, in a practical way. That's the style of the directors. I had to, one of the things that were you know, interesting to me to exercise is like to be focused, to work on my concentration, because I was for so many hours at the makeup chair getting ready, and then I had to incorporate, you know, that the prosthetics, and it, you know, it was a lot, and I just had to make that new. No spoilers, but I had to adjust myself and incorporate, you know, that external, you know, thing, and become one thing and create the character. So it was amazing. You know, it was a great experience, and I would say that I've never done anything like that before.
What was it like working with Henry and Rel?
Those boys, Harry and Rel are the best. I remember the very first call I had with them after I read the script. We got on the phone. It was a Skype, and I just liked them right away. We started to talk about the movie, and the first thing they said was, "What do you have to say about this character? Do you have any ideas, any suggestions?" And I'm like, I like these guys. They're already open like that, They wanted to collaborate, and it's great to be able to work like that. I truly believe in collaboration, and I think that this process, the reason that I believe the movie came out, it turned out to be really, really great, and I'm very proud of it. But the reason is also the way it was done. The atmosphere on set, Rel and Henry, and then Jamie, Joseph, Dominic. It was so relaxed, on set. It was such a great environment that we were improvising. It was just a very creative environment, and that's all we want as artists. If we have that environment, it shows. At the end of the day, you see it, the result. It becomes something that you can tell, and I think that's the case with this film.
What was it like working with Jamie Foxx and Joseph Gordon-Levitt?
I've been a fan of Jamie and Joseph for a long time, but you never know. When you meet them, you never know how it's going to be. And I try not to create any expectations, but I was very. It was a happy surprise because they were so down to earth, accessible, and both of them. Jamie has a very he's just very intelligent. He's smart. He's quick. He's able to talk about anything, and he wants to make sure that everybody's okay, that everybody's having a good time. He would play songs for us on set. He would, talk about so many different things. I loved it. I had a great time. And Joseph too, I had good conversations with Joseph on set in between takes. Such a sweet guy, very talented, and very generous. He was there, in movies, you do your side, you do a close up, and then you turn the camera the other side, and then you have your co-star, the actor is there helping you. And you could tell that, Joseph was always there, just trying to feed you and to help you. And that's very moving. It's very, that's true collaboration. So I had a great time with both of them.
Tell me a little bit about your character, Frank, and what drew you to this role.
What drew me to Project Power? Honestly, it's a simple answer, but it just sounded like a good time. I took a couple of years off of acting. I was lucky to get to spend some time with my babies. I just became a dad. And my first job back was this very intense, serious drama. And after that, I wanted to do something fun. And I read the script for Project Power, and it was all this action and chases, and then Jamie Foxx, and we're going to New Orleans together. I was like, this is going to be fun. And it was.
What do you think sets this film apart from other stories about superpowered people?
Well, this isn't really a superhero movie exactly. There are superpowers, but it just comes from technology. It's a pill. And I think that serves as a really pertinent metaphor for how technology really is. I mean, what is technology other than something that humans build that gives humans power? And technology is just getting more and more powerful all the time, faster and faster. It's something that we all as human beings need to really be paying attention to. Is our technology helping us or harming us? And is it helping everybody, or is it just helping a few people that make all the money? And these are the questions that really run under the surface, I think, of what's otherwise a really fun popcorn movie.
Frank and Robin don't seem like the type of people who would be friends, but they sure make a great team, especially after Art enters the picture. Why do you think your characters, or why do you think your characters get each other? Sorry.
Yeah, that's a really good question. It's true. My character, he's a detective, And Dominique's character, she's a high school kid. Why would they end up being friends? We don't get to see them making friends in the movie. And in fact, when Dom and I first met, we were rehearsing and it was her idea. She was like, should we just do some improvisation to know so that we can know how did these two meet and why did they become friends? And we did a whole bunch of scenes. We had them first meeting. We had how they ended up staying in touch. We had how they ended up kind of caring about each other and getting closer. And I feel like having that backstory is really important. So then when you get to the beginning of the movie and you see these two, you're instantly like, oh, this isn't just a cop and a high school kid. These two are friends. And that might be an unlikely pair, but you can just tell.
What was it like working with Henry and Rel?
Henry and Rel are so good at figuring out how to make things look unexpected, weird, odd, cool, just eye-catching. They're such good shooters. Like there's this one scene in the movie where I get shot in the face, and I think the conventional way to do that would be just with CGI or just do digital animation. But Henry and Rel figured out this way. They used this air gun and they shot this sharp blast of air at my face and shot it in super slow motion. And when you look at the clip, I never knew my skin could move that way, but it really is eye-catching and crazy looking. And none of that is CGI. That's how my face was really moving when they shot it with this air. So I really credit them that this movie, it has an energy and a visual flair to it that really makes it unique, and that's them.
With a fabulous artist, and his name is Sinade. Did I get it right?
Sinini. C-F-I-N-I-N-I. Sinini.
Sinade.
That means happiness.
And he's a Gambian, local Gambian artist, and he's a comedian. And what else do you do?
I make funny music, and I do MC also.
And we are promoting this chip, Crispy Crunchy, and it's made here in Gambia.
Very nice. Is it? It's made with milk.
Yeah, it's really good. Sugar and milk. It's like a sweet, salty, kind of like a kettle corn in the U.S. So what's your next project?
Yeah, my next project is making an EP to invite my fans there so that they might come there and give them good entertainment that I have from my heart for the country, Gambia.
Really nice.
Yeah.
This is your partner?
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
Come on.
You can come over.
Come on. What role do you play in helping this gentleman?
No, I'm just an assistant of the camera.
But it's not just an assistant.
Yeah.
That's all. Look at this beautiful lady right here.
Yeah.
So, do you have a website yet, or where we can see your work, a YouTube channel?
Yeah, you can see me in YouTube.
What's your YouTube channel?
Just type Sinini and stop.
Spell it.
SININIANSTOP. Sinini and stop. This one with salt. If you just type Sinini and stop, you will see all my funny videos I make. Yeah.
And there's also,
This is the pepper.
this is the,
The
spicy one.
Yeah, the spicy one.
And they're delicious.
Yeah.
You know, we're going to have a contest. I'm going to enter it below.
Okay.
So I want my viewers, television and YouTube, to click on the link that we send, and you guys can win 3 months supply of Crispy Crunchies.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yay.
So just subscribe to his channel, subscribe to our channel, and you can win a whole lot of Crispy Crunchies. Love you guys.
And love you.
And Jollof Arts and everything.
Yeah.
And the media channel that we shooting.
Yeah, it's Jollof Arts Entertainment.
Okay, are we still going?
Yeah.
Okay, so
Jollof Arts Entertainment.
spell it for them.
JOLUV. That is Jollof, and then the Arts, ARTS, and then the Entertainment.
We love you guys. Subscribe.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
You have a YouTube channel?
Yeah.